One thing I wanted to get by real quick. So I recently watched a new show on Disney Plus recently, and I didn't know it was on Disney Plus. Apparently, it might have been out for a couple months now, maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe it just got on there. But I started watching a new show on Disney Plus, and I completed watching it, season 1, 2, and 3 of it. It's called The Orville, made by Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy. Has a lot of wonderful cast members in there, has a lot of different a lot of different types of shows, and I want to talk about the show here in a second and what I thought about the show and if there's gonna be a season 4 or not, because I've seen stuff about it real quick. The Orville is made by Seth MacFarlane. If you don't know, it's kind of like a parody to Star Trek and all this other stuff. And they have a season 1 and a season 2. There was a big gap because of COVID, and Fox was sold to Disney. It was originally made by the people at Fox and everything. Seth MacFarlane is the main creator of the show, and then obviously Disney and Hulu threw good money at him, and now the season 3 is called The Orville New Horizons. So my opinion on the show real quick is that Season 1, Season 2, I thought were great. I honestly like the whole Seth MacFarlane comedy. I love Ted and Ted 2, A Million Ways to Die in the West. I thought were good movies. Some people don't like it a lot, so I understand. But I honestly like Season 1, Season 2. Season 3 by far is probably my favorite. There's a lot less episodes, but the episodes are a lot longer. And Seth MacFarlane went on to describe them as small movies. Every episode's like a small movie. And it really does feel that way. It does have the classic, like, okay, you know it has to go to commercial break after this because the suspense just built up, and now you're going to figure out after commercial break. Well, on Disney Plus, when I watch them on Disney Plus, there is no commercial break. There is none of that. But it does fade to black and then fade back out of black, and then you have to figure out what happened. There is the classic TV show suspense thing, so to me, it doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like a very long episode. It's like they're like an hour and 15 minutes is how long the episodes are. There's not a lot of credits time. The intro's not that long, so it's like literally an hour and 15 minutes every single episode. I personally think that The Orville Season 3 is by far the best season. I think it saved it because a lot of people didn't like how Season 2 was going, but Season 3 saved it. I'm going to avoid spoilers too, just in case you want to watch it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. It's honestly, I think all 3 seasons are good to watch, but if you really just want to watch something that's new and fresh, just watch Season 3. You will be caught up on everything by the end of Season 3. You'll know most stuff. There might be a couple of references you might not get, but you don't really need them for the overall story. Season 3 is a really good season. I think with how well they did, I think they actually had a writer from Star Trek that actually came and wrote a little bit of episodes in these seasons. But I think Seth MacFarlane does great. You will catch some Seth MacFarlane humor and quips and stuff, but you're not gonna get the entire show isn't as quippy as the first 2 seasons were. I think Season 3 is a lot more serious and a lot more dramatic, and it follows a very good story. And a couple of times I was kind of taken aback on like how good Seth MacFarlane was at acting sometimes. Acting by everyone was really great. There might have been a couple things that I found a little cringy here and there, but there's a couple things I found really funny. It's still humorous, don't get me wrong. My mind was sort of blown on kind of where they went. But I think by the very end, it leaves you wanting more. It kind of, people say that the end of Season 3, the last episode, it's called Future Unknown. A lot of people say that that's a great finale for Season 3. I don't think so. Me personally, I think Season 3 tries to wrap everything up just in case there isn't a Season 4. But I don't think everything's answered. I don't think it's wrapped up the best. I do think it's a good ending, but it's not the best that people are trying to put out. I think Season 3 leaves people with wanting more. It does with me, at least. Seth MacFarlane obviously loves doing the show. He loves having fun, but a lot of the actors have expired. Like they don't have their contracts weren't extended past this season. So a lot of people think that Season 4 is not going to happen. You know, there's people who don't have contracts for the show. They have to go back and re-get everyone and have everyone re-sign up. I think if we have to wait another couple of years for it, we wait another couple of years for it and have a big gap between what happened, because there was obviously a gap between Season 2 and Season 3, and Season 3 did really good on picking up what happened between that gap. So having a big gap between Season 3 and Season 4, I think they can do it again, and I think Seth MacFarlane has taken the show from being kind of like a mediocre Star Trek parody to really being something on its own that, like, I think kind of holds up against some Star Trek. Honestly, if you like the Orville better than Star Trek, I would understand why. It is like a very humorous Star Trek parody, and it is really good. I think season 3 is really good. I think anybody that's watching this should go check it out. Do I think there's going to be a season 4? I really, really hope so. If there's not, I think that's going to be one of the most upsetting things ever. But it's became one of my new favorite shows, and something that I'm going to rewatch and relook at clips from over and over again. So if you're ever interested in checking out a new show, go check out the Orville New Horizons season 3. It's only about 10 episodes long. Each episode's about over an hour long. And check out season 3. I really hope there's a season 4, but as far as I know, there's no plans for it. Again, it leaves you at the very end. You're kind of like, ooh, I really want to see another one, but a lot of people think that it's very wrapped up. So